What's good, everybody? It's Abwon, and this is Before You Watch, spoiler-free reviews. The last review I did was for Glass. Go check that out. But that was all the way back in January. And then I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, is the only movie I really have to look forward to reviewing all the way out in March? And that movie is Captain Marvel, by the way. I said, no. There's got to be something on Netflix that I'm not aware of. I watch Netflix, but not as much as other people. So, I jumped on Instagram, asked my fellow followers, my fellow movie viewers, and I just pretty much asked them what would they like me to review. And I got a really good response from a lot of people. So I definitely got some movies to throw on there that I definitely want to check out. But for this particular review, I'm reviewing Abducted in Plain Sight. So shout out to Hot Mess Elliott's and La Petite Garzone. Their social media links will be in the description and on the screen. Go follow them. Hot Mess Elliott's is also another YouTube creator. She does reaction videos and things like that. So definitely check her out. Go subscribe. Check out her videos. So Abducted in Plain Sight. I saw the promotion for this. It did look good. I love documentaries. But, like I said, I don't really watch as much Netflix as other people do. I'm just extremely busy. So it was on my list for a while. And here and there were just movies that just come out of nowhere. Bird Box came out of nowhere. Polar is another one that came out of nowhere. The Ted Bundy tapes, and now it's Abducted in Plain Sight. There are memes left and right. The Fire Festival is another one, too. Abducted in Plain Sight is another one. And let me just tell you this movie can just be summed up in one adjective, and that's ridiculous, because that's really just what it is. It's just ridiculous. If you don't really know too much about it, I'll just give you a quick synopsis here. There's a family, a Mormon family. I think they're in Utah. I'm not really sure, but it's a Mormon family, and their child is just pretty much involved with a pedophile. The first thing I noticed about this film is that I don't think it's actual footage. I think some scenes are, but as I was Googling pictures for this review, I noticed that the movie is pretty much dramatized. They have actors and things like that, which is pretty dope to me. It's pretty dope to me. A lot of the times they just have actual footage. I mean, having actual footage or having dramatizations in a documentary really doesn't matter, because you're really just watching it for the storyline. That's what documentaries are for. You're watching it for the story. You want to see everything unfold. But it was dope how they had it filmed, and it looked like it happened in the 60s and the 70s. The one thing I did not like about this movie, though, was Bob, B, whatever his name is, the antagonist, the villain, he just gets away with way too much. This film is really about a lesson in bad parenting, how gullible humans are, infidelities, and just ignorance, and don't even get me started on the justice system. It speaks more volumes about those issues than it does the actual issue of, a child predator. It was just so much going on. And the whole time I was just scratching my head like, how can humans actually think like this and trust somebody to this capacity? I mean, I get it, it's a different time, but I feel like back then, it was a lot easier to pick up on things, on what people were doing. Whereas now you have social media. It's so easy for people to be predators now. They can be DMing somebody, inboxing somebody, FaceTiming, Skyping, WhatsApping. Whereas back then it was, they would have to come to the house and actually interact like real human beings, like in person, in real time. Another thing I didn't like about the film is whenever there were scenes when they were listening to audio, whether it's phone calls or two people talking or whatever, and they had subtitles on the screen, they needed to change the color. It really just blended in with the background too much. You couldn't read what was actually being said, and the audio was just so distorted because one party's voice was muffled or it was just too low. You really could not understand or decipher what was being said in the conversation. But, this movie really does have a lot for everybody. This movie has twists, turns, drama. The movie is just messy and it's just ridiculous. A couple of my Twitter followers were saying they turned it off after 30 minutes because it was just doing too much. This movie is only an hour and a half. It's only 90 minutes. So I feel like if you've already invested 30 minutes, you can invest another hour. So with that being said, yes, it is 90 minutes, so it moves fast. The documentary begins. They give you a quick 5-minute backstory on the family, and boom, away we go. So, things happen, you see what happens. I can definitely tell that this movie was probably just put into production a few years ago. Like, they probably just took the victim's story and said, you know what, we're going to turn this into a movie. And like I said in my White Boy Rick review, movies about criminals just always, for some reason, they just fascinate human beings. And the more heinous a crime, the more popular the film will be. I don't get it. I don't get it. It is what it is. Ted Bundy, the Ted Bundy tapes is just a perfect example. Now they got a movie coming out. Speaking of which, I heard there's a sequel to this movie coming out. I don't know how that is even possible. Whatever. Maybe it's another family. I don't know. But with that being said, I'm going to give the movie an 8 out of 10. If you have 90 minutes of your time, you want to watch something that's crazy and you can't believe it actually happened in real life, I would check this film out. Abducted in Plain Sight. Definitely check it out. If you're a parent, you're definitely going to be looking at your parenting skills. Like, what is there that I can do different? Because I don't want this to happen to my child. Because what was going on was just absolutely ridiculous. It was just outrageous to like the umpteenth power. So yeah, that's it, man. 8 out of 10. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you thought if you saw it already. If you have any more, if you have any recommendations for Netflix films that you'd like me to review, don't hesitate to hit me up and let me know about it. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Talk to me. I talk back. My social media will be in the description. And don't forget to holla at Hot Miss Elliott's and La Petite Garzone. And that's it, man. I'm out of here. Peace.